Welcome, dear friends. Here we are, another day, another opportunity to learn with Emmanuel. Today's message from our series comes from the book Words of Life Eternal by the Spirit Emmanuel through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. We are blessed to be here together and we are thankful for both of them for granting us their discipline and hard work gives us the opportunity to study these teachings. Today's message is message 40, that Emmanuel entitled While You Can. The message starts with a Bible quote. And the Bible quote is from Paul's letters to the Romans, chapter 14, verse 10, that says, "But why do you judge your brother? Or why do you despise him? For we shall all stand before the judgment seat of Christ." How are we today in the aspects of judgment, right? Are we able to not judge our brothers and sisters? Let's see. Emmanuel comments on this message. When compelled to examine a companion's behavior under some difficult circumstance, do not condemn their moral struggles. Remember the days of dust and tears when the Lord sustained your fall at the last moment. Do not think yourself above the new problems that will rise on the path. Every unfinished task you left behind will seek you again, calling for completion. And the true conclusion of all our struggles requires the seat of pure love as the mark of divine peace. So let's stop here and think about this. Let's think of ourselves as walking around this path on this earth, in this reincarnation, wherever we are in the world. Do we walk around judging others? Very likely. Why do I say this? Because we are all imperfect spirits, according to the Spirit's book. And as imperfect spirits, we tend to see ourselves as different than others, even though we are all children of God. Right? And he says here, when you're compelled to examine the companion's behavior, to not condemn their moral struggles. We have moral struggles, others have their moral struggles. And then he says, remember the days of dust and tears when the Lord sustained you. So let's go back in our life and see how many times we were thinking we were at the bottom, full of dust and tears, and the Lord, God sustained us. God sent us that friend, that message, that book, that inspiration, and we were able to not fall flat on our own errors. He says, do not think yourself above the new problems that will arise. So folks have problems. All of us on the earth have problems to solve, relationships to adjust, things to do. But what is ours will come to us, good and not so pleasant. He says here, any unfinished task you left behind will seek you again. So what are the things that you and I today haven't finished that will seek us again in this life or others? Right? So seek to do today what is due today. He says, the stones you threw at someone else's roof will return with time to fall upon the roof that shelters you. So when I go out and judge someone else's partner, child, teacher, the cashier, the front clerk, my colleagues, I'm throwing a rock in their roof. And Emmanuel was reminding us that rock will come one day to knock on our roof. So the things we criticize in others are usually things that we are missing or uncomfortable about our own selves. So if I'm judging others, children's behaviors or choices, one day my child might come do that to me. Let's think about not throwing stones, right? The poisons you dripped on the hope of others will return in the breath of life to the climate of your own hope, testing your resilience. What is the poison we drip on the hopes of others. When we say they're not capable, they shouldn't, they will amount to nothing, how many on the earth are treating their family members that way, right? How many of us heard that from our own parents in a different generation, of a certain generation? So not that we're going to say, do everything, be anything. We will help people, especially our loved ones under our care, known as our children, which are loans from God, to realize their potential. But for example, I am 5 feet tall. If my parents had told me I could be an NBA star, it would be cute. But that's not possible because I don't have the physical skills to be an NBA. I need 2 more feet at least and the ability to play, right? That's not my skill. My skill is in a different area of life. So I need to nourish that soul around me, whichever form they take, a spouse, a partner, a cousin, a child, a parent, to be the best they can, but within their abilities and what is for them to do in this reincarnation, in their reincarnatory plan, not what I want. So when we drip poison in others' hopes, we say they're not accounting to anything. So we've changed. Today, we know not to do that with the new generations. So if we did that in the past, it will come to us. You throw the rock, it comes back to you. It's like boomerang, right? Learn then. So what do we do from today? To practice tolerance and understanding so that the remedy you yourself have ordered into the hands of the now does not embitter your life and destroy your heart. So today, we are tolerant and understanding to the shortcomings of others. So those don't come to embitter us in the future. Every seed produces in the soil of time. Immaculate souls do not yet populate the earth. So today we plant the seed of discipline in our children and grandchildren. What do we reap in the future? Adults that are fully capable of existing in the world, knowing that there are rules in order for us to live in society, to respect the space of others, to be on time, to produce good fruits, right? So discipline, not to eat everything in your plate, drink everything, to indulge in drugs and alcohol, in multiple partnerships. We're not judging, we're just saying discipline is hard and it starts when we're young. But today, even if we have decades of life, in the decades that are left, we can learn discipline. Every seed produces in the soil of time. So we plant today the seed of the spiritual gifts that you and I want to develop throughout our lifetimes. Go to the Spirit's book, which question 100 to 113, the hierarchy of spirits. Look at the second class, good spirits. And look at the good spirits and say, I want to be wise, I want to be kind, I want to be compassionate, I want to be understanding. Those are the things you're going to work on in the next decades. That's a parallel. How do you see yourself in 3-5 years? Question when we get in the professional world that we do. In the physical world, it's very easy for us to say, oh, in 3 years, I want a new car, a new house, a new this and that. But spiritual gifts are to be cultivated. So we plant the seed today being together here. They will produce in the soil of time. Immaculate souls do not yet populate the earth. That includes us. So we are making mistakes as much as our friends. Therefore, what do? Distribute patience and kindness to all who have erred under the fog of mistake. So that patience and kindness may not fail you in the day the shadows threaten your field. So we are kind and patient today. So one day when we err, others can be kind and patient to us. Help while you can, right? The title is while you can. Support as much as you can. Aid as far as possible. Relieve as far as you are able. Seek the good, whatever it may be. And while you can, always forgive, for no one will escape the exact judgment of the eternal law. So help, support, aid, provide relief, and seek the good, whatever it may be, whatever shape it takes. Dear friends, what a blessing to be with you in this Learning with Emmanuel series. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please share, like, subscribe. all of those good things, that this content can be of relevance and be shared with others. And God willing, I'll be back with you soon. Take care. Bye bye.